I don't know, man. I feel like the more this one talked, the more we realize how dumb she is. Honestly, I don't know how she ended up with a law degree. Because, see, recently she decided to talk some shit about the First Lady. Melania.
Since we're talking about integrity, I'm confused as to why my Republican colleagues aren't talking about the lack of integrity when it comes to the president's family's visas. Let me remind y'all that Melania, the First Lady, a model, and when I say model, I'm not talking about Tyra Banks, Cindy Crawford, or Naomi Campbell level, applied for and was given an EB-1 visa. And what that stands for is an Einstein visa. Now, y'all that don't know, let me tell you how you receive an Einstein visa. You're supposed to have some sort of significant achievement, like being awarded a Nobel Peace Prize or a Pulitzer, being an Olympic medalist, or having other sustained extraordinary abilities and success in sciences, arts, education, business, or athletics. Last time I checked, the First Lady had none of those accolades under her belt. It doesn't take an Einstein to see that the math ain't mathin' here. Nevertheless, what Republicans are doing with this reconciliation process, the travel bans and revoking visas, jeopardizes our national security. It threatens our communities, our higher education, and our economy. Visas like the largely vetted J visas for higher education and M visas for trade, training, attract the next innovators, medical providers, researchers, and educators that we need to build on American success.
Yes, Ghetto Democrat Jasmine Crockett is being criticized on social media for questioning the First Lady. This is not the only thing. Black Democrats are coming out, going off on each other simply because this lady is not really at the top positions in the Democrat Party. On this video, I have a lot of clips. I'm going to show you what exactly is going on. What I like about black conservatives is that they don't care. They always go straight to the point to pinpoint what exactly is going on. If you remember, I posted a video a few days ago where Jasmine actually was deep into questioning First Lady's citizenship.
Thinking that you have your own special little army that's for you. I mean, it is sick. It is really sick. And anybody that supports it is also sick. And so, we've got a mental health crisis in this country because everyone, no matter how you affiliate yourself, should be against Trump, period. This is not partisan for me. Like, I would give anything to have, it's sad to say, George Bush. Give me any regular Republican nowadays and I would be happy. But right now we have someone who does not care, and he is being enabled by the fact that there are, people that follow him and they pump him up, as well as the people that are surrounding him. And I don't know how far he has to go before we can come together and just say, enough is enough. Like, this should not be partisanship.
Really quick on Jasmine Crockett, she said, I believe, that Trump supporters are mentally ill before calling for bipartisan support against the president. Can you respond to that, especially considering she's a rising star in the Democrat Party right now?
She is a rising star. It's quite something to behold, actually. I hope that she continues to be a rising star for the Republican Party, at least. I think it's incredibly derogatory to accuse nearly 80 million Americans of mental illness. The last time I checked, Jasmine Crockett couldn't dream of winning such a majority of the public as President Trump did. And the America First movement, which President Trump has built, is filled of hardworking patriots, the forgotten men and women, business owners, law enforcement officers, nurses and teachers, and middle America, as we all know, from where you all grew up, outside of this beltway. That's who makes up this president's movement. And Jasmine Crockett should go to a Trump rally sometime and she can see it for herself.
Yes, what I've learned for this time I've been on this platform is that if you continue to go after Trump, you can succeed. That is a simple secret. This lady is doing this for a very long time. I don't know who advised her to do this. She's doing this intentionally. Like, if I talk, say some kind of ridiculous things about Trump, people will get up, react. At the end of the day, is a win. It's never a win. She was unable to carry top positions in the Democrat Party as a result of this ranting. Look at who the Democrat Party is struggling to put up like a presidential candidate. I don't know who will actually vote for this lady. Like, seriously, Trump was very clear. They should select her to run. And let's see. I knew the first day this lady went viral on social media by ranting in Congress, that would just be the start. And since that day till today, she has not stopped. That is what I realized when you go on her TikTok account, the kind of video she put out clearly shows you this is the pattern she won.
Leg of this race today, and there have been recent questions about something that just wasn't true, because I'm always loud and proud about everything that I have to say. But it did cause me some issues for sure. So I placed last in the recommendation from steering policy. And so with that, I am not going for caucus for a vote tomorrow. And, you know, those that have decided that they want to stay in the race to pursue the position, I am going to gracefully bow out, because it just kind of is what it is, right? Like it just is what it is. And so
Black socialist Joy Ray went on the Breakfast Club. She is not extremely excited about this. They were praying very hard, like this lady should be at that top position. She was unable to even proceed. She was the last along the way. She dropped out. But look at what she is doing every single time. Look at the person. They're struggling to pop up.
Do you feel like Jasmine Crockett should be the leading voice of the party?
Yes. And who do the people listen to? Who do the people trust? Who do the people want to hear from? If it's Jasmine Crockett, we don't care who's in line.
That's right.
She's about to be the leader. We're going to put her as the head of whatever this committee is, make her the head of oversight, and put her on TV every day.
Hakeem Jeffries is the Speaker of the House. Nobody's listening to him.
Last question. You saw at the House Oversight Committee ranking member seat. Democrats chose Congressman Robert Garcia. I opened this talking about your constant travel, doing all kind of stuff, traveling the country, raising money, being away from home, all those sort of different things. And then you got folks on Capitol Hill, people in your own party saying, oh, she's not a team player, which is sort of weird if you are going on behalf, speaking in people's districts. They're asking you to come in. They're asking you to donate. You raise a lot of money. You donate it to others. So it had to be upsetting to hear people say you're not a team player. What focus now? Because obviously people still want you, media folks always calling you left and right, but that's a hell of a thing to say when your track record says, I've helped a lot of people out with money, time, and energy.
yeah, I want people to know that, like, I mean, when you're in politics in general, like, I mean, everything is a competition, number one. And number two, you know, somebody's got to lose. I mean, clearly there was only one spot. And so I do want to clear the air on this idea that, like, this is about a win or loss. For me, it's more so just some of the things that were said that were really disheartening in this race, right? And the only thing that I really wanted my colleagues to do is to make an assessment of who could be effective in this moment. And ultimately, if the caucus would have been like, yo, like, person X is like most effective in this moment, then that's one thing, right? It was just kind of some of the other stuff that was being said that was really, really disheartening for me. But at the end of the day, I am still the vice ranking member on oversight. I am still someone who sits on that committee. And so I am going to do what I need to do on oversight. I'm going to do what I need to do on judiciary. And it's just clear that, you know, leadership specifically, because I decided not to push it to the full caucus because of the message that elected and appointed leadership decided to send by the number of votes that, you know, I was given, even though I had more commitments than that going into the leadership meeting.
She can't acknowledge that she didn't even get any vote. She should acknowledge that. Yes. I don't get the point why these black people are sitting here struggling to advocate for this lady, thinking she's the right person for the job. And AIC, oh, people listen to them. It's crazy. So this shouting this lady is putting out every day, she's good for TV shows, not in politics. That's one thing they don't get it. These two can work together. This lady cannot speak, and people didn't listen to. The kind of followers she is trying to pull, they are just the one like enjoying the drama when she put on. Yeah. So people sing it, they believe like, oh, people listen to her that much. It's crazy, right? Politics is different. Yeah. They should realize this. Joy Reid sitting acknowledging that this lady should be the top is the most crazy idea that I've seen in the Democrat Party. They're crumbling in real time. Thank you guys who has been there sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly. I don't want to make the video long. Reason I'll end here. And if you see any video after this, that is for the YouTube algorithm.
Left. Situation where this
people line up for my advice, and you're walking away like I'm stupid. It's like,
why don't we choose more carefully who we're going to lionize?
why marriage, infertility, trying to have kids makes things difficult. It's like
She's seriously depressed about how hard it is to live in the White House.
Post this morning alleging that since I said
Will prevail.
It also shouldn't be racial.
Require Carmelo to run. He had
100.
Has been overwhelming. The lies in their amplification.
This is not going to end. Right is right and wrong is wrong. All good.
If you see any clips after this, that is just for the YouTube algorithm.
What if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense because kids in here and resolve this issue is called conflict resolution.
Again, the evidence is still coming in.
This is definitely a self-defense case because it always is one until you...
Because she's fearful of what might happen to her.
followers for anything, and then the
Registration Act is
talking about
term, and you will be very...
Once again, the field was littered with Wintour does.
And black people don't want to live around ratchet black.
how bad is his reputation going to
One of the big losers. The